National anthem. One, two, go. Start. Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed judges, respected teachers, welcome to this drilling debate of SS1 and SS2 students of Okaigben Secondary School, Edo State. Today we dive into a topic which is not only pertinent but also deeply rooted in our cultural identity. The topic of our debate for today is traditional African attire more suitable than wearing uniform for schools? And now let's call on our speakers to shed light on this captivating topic. We have the speaker, the truly passionate speaker, which is representing the African attire. Number one speaker, we have a woman, Christiana. Please stand up and clap for her. And second speaker, we have Innocent Promise. And the third speaker, we have Christian Michael. Thank you. And on the other side, we have the defending speakers of Western uniforms style for schools. So now we have speaker one, we have Saturday Fable. We have Eritrea Gunstein. Thank you. And now we are going to call on the speakers to shed light on our captivating topic. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And before we can do anything, we have to introduce our judges on the high table. Now, stand up and clap for them. We have Papa Japan. Stand up and clap for them.
Mr. Kenneth. We have Mr. Benga.
Good afternoon, everybody. Alright, so I welcome us once again for today's debate. Now, quickly, the rules for the debate today are as follows. We're going to be scoring every speaker according to these following points or following rules. Number one, based on valid points raised. The valid points raised is going to be scored. Then number two, the confidence of every speaker will also be scored. And then number three, the neatness and appearance of every speaker. So every speaker that comes up, they must appear neat and in the correct uniform. Then lastly, the time management. So every speaker is advised to manage their time adequately. Please do not exceed the allocated time. The allocated time is 2 minutes per speaker. You have 2 minutes to make your points. And so please manage your time well. And I believe we're going to be having a wonderful debate at the end of it. Thank you very much.
We are going to call our third speaker, which is Christian Agrimadu. Now let's begin.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen, respected judges, my fellow students, my fellow debaters. My name is Agumad Christian. I'm in SS2. I stand before you today that traditional African attire is undeniable than Western school uniform for school. Our clothing is not just a matter of fashion, but a symbol of our rich culture, heritage, and identity. In a world that is becoming more globalized, that is hold onto the thread that connects us to our roots. Traditional African attires represent the tap dish and the culture and the cultural heritage. To know who we are and know where we come from. My main argument today is that traditional African attire fosters a sense and pride among students, which often lead to a loss of culture and heritage. Point 1. Traditional African attires connect us to our roots. When we see our students wearing different cultural clothing, they are not just dressing up; they are affirming their traditional African attires uniform.
And secondly, we are calling on our captivating team to shed light on this captivating topic. From the opposite side, we have Favor Saturday.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen, esteemed judges, respected teachers and principal, accurate timekeeper, co-debaters, and my fellow students. My name is Saturday Favor from SS1. I stand before you today as the first speaker on the negative theme, defending the position that the Western style uniform are more suitable for schools than the traditional African attire. While we respect our cultural heritage, we believe that practicality, equality, and discipline are paramount in an educational setting. Before we delve into our main argument, it is essential to acknowledge the cultural richness and diversity that the traditional African attire represents. We understand and celebrate this heritage. However, we also believe in the importance of maintaining a school environment that prioritizes practicality and equality. Our main argument today centers on how Western style uniform fosters discipline, equality, and a conducive learning environment, which outweighs the benefits of traditional African attire. Western style uniform promotes discipline. When students are required to adhere to dress code that emphasizes uniformity, it reduces distraction and encourages a focus on an academic pursuit. Discipline is a fundamental aspect of character development, and uniform are a practical means to instill it. Furthermore, Western style uniform ensure equality regardless of their background or economic status. Every student is on an equal footing in terms of clothing. This fosters a sense of unity and minimizes the potential for discrimination based on attire, allowing students to focus on their studies without social pressure related to clothing. Uniformity in clothing removes distraction. reduce social division, and create a conducive learning environment. Now we anticipate that the affirmative team may argue that Western style uniforms are more suitable for schools. However, we contend that these arguments do not outweigh the benefits of Western style uniform in an educational context. In conclusion, while we acknowledge the importance of cultural heritage, we believe that practicality, equality, and discipline are paramount in an educational setting. They instill discipline, ensure equality, and create an environment conducive to learning. Thank you for your attention, and I look forward to further sustaining our case.
My name is Promise. My predecessor, Akuman Bukisana, brilliantly laid the foundation for our argument by emphasizing the importance of cultural identity and pride. Today, I will delve deeper into our traditional African attire and support this nation while dressing special cultural. My main argument today is to revolve around the educational and psychological support while dressing potential cultural women. Traditional African attire also plays a vital role in educating our students about their heritage. When students wear their cultural clothing to school, they become walking ambassadors of their tradition. This not only educates their peers, also encourages them to learn and respect their diverse culture represented within our school community. Furthermore, traditional African attire fosters a sense of belonging. It reduces the feeling of otherness. Western style can sometimes be fake. When students feel like they belong, they are more engaged actively in school activities and contribute positively to the learning environment. Traditional African attire also allows creativity and individuality within a framework of cultural respect. Students can express themselves by choosing a garment, a traditional garment, pattern, and style while adhering cultural norms. These are creative expressions. The opposition argued that traditional African attire is impractical for school settings. This not only, or that is too expensive. However, I want to emphasize the practicality and affordability is achieved with the right approach. Firstly, in terms of practicality, this traditional African attire can be adapted to school needs. Simple and comfortable style can be chosen for school wears, ensuring that all students move freely and comfortably without compromising their throughout the day without compromising their traditional identity. In conclusion, traditional African attire is not just a matter of making clothes. It is an educational root and a psychological support and means of celebrating our roots. Embracing traditional African attire, we empower our students to become culturally aware, confident, and respectful global citizens. Let us continue to advocate
Thank you. Now we are going to call on our second speaker from the opposite side. We have Ava Precious.
My name is Ava Precious. I'm from SS1. I am honored to be the second speaker at the negative team. Continue our case that Western style uniforms are more suitable for schools than traditional African attire. As my colleague Ikawa aptly argued, we owe deep respect for cultural heritage and authenticity represented by traditional African attire. However, we maintain that practically consideration must be taken precedency in a school environment. Western style uniforms excel in practicality and functionality. Those uniforms designed for the specific need in the school environment. They are comfortable, durable, and suitable for a wide range of other conditions in countries. Traditional African attire, with its design styles and material, may not always be practical and requirement for a school day. For students to engage fully in the academic process, they require clothing that is not only comfortable but also functional. Western style uniform fulfill those criteria effectively. Western style uniform prepares students of their reality of being the professional of the world. In the workplace, employees are often required to adhere to dress codes or wear uniform by adopting. Western style uniform in school will instill that our student discipline or professionalism be necessary for their future career. Moreover, it assures that students are ready for any opportunity that may come their way. They will be hindered to lack of familiarity with professional attire. When they enter the workforce, now let's address some potentially contrary informative things. May be argued that traditional African attire can be made practical, or that is better represent our cultural diversity. However, I will demonstrate that those who do not appreciate the practicality and functionality afforded by Western style uniform. Secondly, firstly, it is possible to adapt traditional attire for practicality. Doing so may comply with cultural significance. Students have not to choose between comfort and cultural identity when Western style uniform offer both. Secondly, Western style uniform do not negate its cultural representation. Students can still celebrate their cultural diversity outside school or during cultural events. It is important to strike a balance between cultural expression and practical demand of the school environment. In conclusion, while we respect our cultural heritage and diversity, practicality, functionality, and professionalism should take precedence in a school environment.
Thank you. And now we are going to call on the third speaker from the supporting side, and we have Christian Michael.
As my fellow speakers have so eloquently argued, our traditional African attire is a tangible link to our cultural roots. It represents centuries of history, tradition, and identity. Now let's explore how it promotes inclusivity and empowers our students economically. Traditional African attire is inherently more inclusive in terms of socio-economic background. Western style uniform, often costly, can be a financial burden for many families. By aligning traditional attire, we ensure that no student is excluded or stigmatized due to their economic circumstances. In embracing traditional African attire, we create an environment where students are judged for their character and abilities, not their clothing. This inclusivity is essential for a fair and equal educational experience. Furthermore, traditional African attire is a source of economic empowerment in our communities. By promoting the use of traditional clothing, we ensure we help and support local artisans, weavers, and tailors. This in turn stimulates our economies and preserves traditional craftsmanship. Allowing students to wear traditional African attire helps them provide a practical way for them to contribute to the economic growth of their communities while fostering a pride in their heritage. Now, let's address some potential counter-arguments. It is possible that the opposition may argue that traditional attire is distracting or that it hinders uniformity and discipline in school. However, I assert that these concerns are unfounded. Firstly, discipline can be maintained with traditional attire. Schools can set guidelines for appropriate attire that strikes a balance between cultural expression and maintaining a focused and learning environment. The key is to find a harmonious compromise. Secondly, concerns about distractions are not unique to traditional attire. Western style uniform can also be a source of distractions if students find a way to personalize or modify them. The issue is not the attire, but the enforcement of dress codes. In conclusion, we say that traditional attire is a symbol of cultural identity and is also a political solution for socio-economic inclusivity and empowerment. By aligning traditional African attire, we send a powerful message of acceptance, unity, and economic support for our communities. Let us move forward with an open-minded approach, and let us look at the change that traditional attire can bring to our financial institutions.
Now, on the third speaker from the opposite side, we have AJ
gentlemen, esteemed judges, respected teachers, co-debaters, and my fellow students, my name is Electoral Augustine from SS1. I have the privilege of being the first speaker on this team, and I stand before you to interrupt our case that Western style uniform are more suitable for school of traditional African attires. I will build upon the arguments made by my colleagues, highlighting the importance of conformity, safety, and modernity in an educational context while addressing potential counter-arguments. As my esteemed colleague has asserted, we have immense respect for the heritage and diversity represented by traditional African attire. However, we believe that in a contemporary educational environment and practicality, safety must take the center. Western style uniform promote conformity and equal treatment among students. In a school, it is essential that students focus on their studies rather than their attires. Uniform creates a level player, reducing distraction related to fashion or social economic status. When students wear the same attires, it fosters a sense of unity, minimize social division, and creates a conducive learning environment. Traditional African attires, while beautiful and diverse, can inadvertently associate differences among students. Western style uniform enhance safety and security in school. In the modern world, safety is paramount and be able to identify students quickly and easily exclusion. Uniform provide a clear and uniform appearance, making it easier for school staff to distinguish students from outsiders, thus ensuring the safety of our school community. Moreover, uniform prevents the concealment of all authority or dangerous actions, contributing to a safer school environment. Now, let's address some potential counter-arguments. The affirmative team will argue that cultural preservation promote cultural preservation or creativity. However, I counter that those arguments should not supersede the importance of conformity, safety, and modernity in our school. While cultural preservation is vital, school primarily serve an educational purpose. Students can celebrate their cultural heritage outside of school hours or during cultural events. The educational environment should prioritize the factors that facilitate learning and safety. Regarding creativity can still flourish within a framework of uniformity. Students express themselves creatively through various means such as arts, music, or extracurricular activities. Creativity does not depend solely on clothing choice. In conclusion, we respect our cultural heritage, but we must adapt to the changing time and prioritize practicality. Western style uniform provide a modern and effective solution to those challenges. Thanks for your attention.
Thank you all for your listening. Thank you. Wow, this was a wonderful one. Please, can we start a particular round of applause? Now we will turn to our esteemed judges on the high table to provide us the result of the teams that got the strongest skills.
I want to firstly commend the debaters this afternoon. They have really done a wonderful job. Please, a round of applause for them. We assess them based on 4 criteria. They are the value points that they raise, their level of confidence based on their topic being given to them, their neatness and their appearance. So we also assess them based on that. And the last one is the time management. So each of these criteria is 5 marks. I'll be announcing the score now. I will start from the supporting side. The first speaker from the supporting side. You have a total, and that goes to Christiana Agumadi. You have the total point of 17 out of 20. For the opposite side, speaker 1, that one is Saturday Favor. She has a total point of 20 over 20. Okay. has supported African attire is better than the Western attire. The second speaker, that one is Innocent Promise. She has 15 points. On the opposite side, speaker 2, Ebo Precious. She has 20 points. The last speaker on the supporting side, and that is Christian Michael. He has 15 points as well. And the opposite side, those that supported Western attire is better than the African attire. The last speaker, Gloria Gostan, he has a total point of 17 points. The supporting side, which is those that supported that African attire is more better than the Western attire. They have a total point of 47 points. 47 points. On the opposite side, those that supported the Western attire is better than the African attire. They have a total point of 57 points. I declare the opposite side, which have the motion that state that the Western attire is better than the African attire. I hereby declare them as the winner of this contest.